rolling. I guess we're rolling. So I wanted to make a little video basically just like updating where my life is currently at. Dikey's barking at the door because someone is cleaning the hallway, I think. So we've been in Abu Dhabi for 6 weeks now. Life is not at all what I guess was expecting it to be. But then again, I don't even know if I was expecting, and I think I kind of blindsided myself in getting here and thinking that life would just kind of like magically all figure itself out. I'm realizing that to have the things you want, you have to put in a lot of work, especially when you come to a country and a city that community and the things that are very common within the States is not common here. Unless you're a local and you already have that community and you grew up here or high school or something like that, it's very, very hard. I'm not going to say impossible because it is. And the machine that I put the parking ticket in every day that says change is possible, and it reminds me that it is possible. It's just going to take a lot of work and day after day efforts, which is pretty much everything in life that is good and worth holding on to. So we're here. I think that's what I keep telling myself, like, cá estamos, which means, yeah, we are here in this moment, at this place, and that's pretty much it. Like, we're here. And now it's figuring out the day-to-day and how to make this place a place I want to call home. Right now, I think I've kind of been stuck in this headspace that's like, I don't want this to be my home. Like, I miss all my people. I miss my city. I miss being outdoors. I miss things that were my day-to-day for the last few years, for maybe the last 7 years of my life. Since I graduated high school, I basically got on planes and traveled the world and then moved to a few different cities in the U.S. and found home in those places. And I'm just praying that the God who provided for all of those communities in those places would once again provide here in this city. Even though there's a lot less resources for finding people here than in those other cities. So that's kind of where I've been at in my head. Obviously, the main joy is that I don't have to lose hope. I can keep trying and putting in that effort and basically just trying to find what it is here that brings me joy and brings me fulfillment and brings me purpose and allows me to go to bed at night with like a smile on my face, where it's like, it's okay, I'm 8,000 miles away from all my people and all the things that matter to me because I'm doing this or because I feel this. One thing I've realized since being here is I put a huge value on community. I think I've kind of always had this dire belief that when I'm dying on my bedside, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm so glad I did this. I'm going to say, I'm so glad I met this person. I'm so glad that they taught me this. I'm so glad that I lived with this family for a year. I'm so glad that I went through that trialing time. Or I'm so glad. It's like, the things that actually come out of the stuff you do, not the stuff that you did. And being here right now, all I have is the stuff I'm doing. And I'm not really pulling those like little gold nuggets from life. Maybe I'm just not trying out of like pure exhaustion, or maybe I am trying and I'm just not finding. I don't know. Obviously there's two sides to that gold coin, I guess. But yeah, I can honestly say moving here has been one of, if not the hardest decisions I've decided to go along with in my life. And I think in marriage, maybe no one talks about that. No one talks about the reality of, things are harder than you'd expect. And that's okay. Like, it doesn't mean it's not good because it's great. It just means that it takes work. And you have to be willing to not give up to see the good that is at the end. Something super fun is down at the end of our complex is this ginormous rainbow. And we don't even know necessarily why it's fully there, but it is. And there's just a cat on our ledge right now. And I love that. Like, we live at the end of this ginormous rainbow, which makes no sense. Like, we find that pretty funny, but I think it's just little things that God does where you're like, okay, he sees me, like, he cares for me, he knows what is good, he knows that I find joy in these funny little quirky things, and he keeps bringing them time after time, and I'm just thankful for that. Well, hello peoples. I thought I would do a little life update. I used to do these videos quite often of myself driving my car or riding my bike or doing something. And it's been a while, so I thought, let's have Kate from June 2021 give a life update. I'm living in Abu Dhabi with my husband Andre, and we have a beautiful home here. We work full time at Slash, our family's design agency company, and it is my 3rd month here. I am slowly starting to enjoy myself. For the first probably 2.5 months, I was at war with everything. I was at war with myself. I was at war with work. I was at war with outside. I was at war with literally everything. I think in a lot of ways, cycling has literally saved my mental health. Knowing when to rest and knowing when to go has saved my mental health. And kept me moving and kept me active and kept me fit. And then work has given me a place to show up to 5 times a week, even when I don't want to show up. And it said, I can do it. Like, you can go another day. You can do another thing. You can do this. And for me, that's obviously incredible. As of recently, I've been having so much fun. My mom shipped over all of my leather goods, which has elevated my day-to-day by an insane amount. And here we have our first prototype of a bar bag. Right here it says prototype 1 on it. And it's got Velcro. It folds up like so. Then it looks like this shut, and then this goes onto the bottom of your saddle and holds all the stuff you want. For me, all the stuff I want is snacks. So I put snackies in here. But it's a super exciting time, I think, just to be alive and to know that I'm not alone, to know that I have friends and family and coworkers that genuinely do want the best for me. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like so spaced right now that I really want to put some gummy worms in here and put them on my bike and go for a ride. I don't usually carry a bar bag or a saddle bag, but if I did, it would be this one. It's very cool. But this is prototype 1. So as we create prototypes, like, I want to end up having, my goal is to have all of them together. So this one I'm probably going to keep as is, take measurements, and then cut another one, sew another one. I think the prototype process is a lot like life. I'm finding a lot of joy in product design right now, and I'm even thinking like, I want to go to school or like take a course on it. And my father-in-law was like, you don't need to do that, like, which is, it's, if you know him, like, that's who he is. He's like, you can just do it yourself. Like, let's just figure it out. You want to do that? Let's do that. And so we do. Yeah, I don't know. I think life has been a journey of a lot of downs, a lot of ups. Unfortunately, I think in living here, there's been a lot more downs than there has been ups. But the cool part about being married is that you're not alone and you don't have to go through all this stuff as one human. You get to go through it as two. And that has really launched me through where I'm at. And I feel like my creativity is like resurging again, and it wants to like do things and have fun, and that's exciting for me, So even like a part of me now like wants to go back to the office to like work on making prototype number 2 of this, because there's something about doing and making something that you can physically hold that is incredible. And we have everything for it. So maybe I convince my husband of that. We'll see. But life is fun. Life is grand. It's swell. I'm realizing I don't do well under pressure. That's a huge thing. So most things I feel pressure, I quit. Or I very slowly kind of stagger through it. And yeah, like, I don't know, I think I'm just becoming, and this is another part of it, and it's exciting. So yeah, hope you guys are well.
So I was just thinking, I'm on this bike ride and like the wind is blowing insane, and I stopped on this illuminated bridge. There's like lights under it and they shine on the water here, and it's really cool. And I just keep thinking about if all my friends were here and this is in the US, we'd be jumping in the ocean right now. I'm just staring at it. There's actually a fish swimming around. I hope you can hear this. I washed these headphones in the washer and dryer, and I'm not sure if they even work or if the wind is making this all impossible to hear, but I don't know. I wanted to give an update. Like, I'm figuring it out, I think the first 3 months were tough, but my body's like letting my mind rest, and my mind is letting my body rest, and I'm just trying to do things I enjoy, and yeah, it really is just what you make it, and I really am trying to make it. At least I've been trying, but I don't know, it feels like there's something to hope for, and something good coming despite the difficulty of this all. And yeah, I miss everyone back home, but I just wanted to give an update. I love you, pals. Bye. See you.